HonouRebel here. Welcome to the fourth episode of the TheDaathPath. Power of music, power of symbols. Let's go.
Let us live as one brother and sisters. If you are wicked man, you cannot enter the kingdom of Zion. Oh no. If you are evil woman, you cannot enter the promised land of Ethiopia.
Yes, my brother.
Okay. What music has inspired you on your journey in TheDaathPath?
Can't you tell by my shirt, bro? Nah, come on. It's a reggae music thing. Fully reggae music thing. Roots reggae, specifically, and then the dancehall thing. I love the dancehall thing. You get me? Love a gunman tune. I'll be honest. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, man. That music there.
So you see how different people obviously like different genres of music.
Yeah.
And you see that some people go crazy when they listen to sort of loud vibrations, bass.
Yeah.
What do you think? Why do you think that the bassy tunes get more sort of appreciation, so to speak?
Because, okay, let's deal with the what music is, and then its interaction with the human structure, human form. Music, the root of that is muse, which is a character, idea, or a force that inspires a creativity in an artist. Music is an expression of that muse, a particular expression of that muse. Okay, in terms of how music interacts with us, music and our interpretation of it is absolutely related to the melanin that you have in your body. Melanin acts as the translator for any form of energy that you put into melanin. It's able to translate it and transmute it into another form of energy so it can be understood by something else. This process of transmutation is the basis of alchemy. The science of alchemy, which is essentially the study of melanin, the studying of the black powder, chem meaning the land of the black, or the black powder, the black substance. That black substance that they're talking about in alchemy is melanin. When melanin is exposed to vibration, it translates that into a message, and determining on your genetic makeup, you interpret that message in different ways. So what I mean by that is, for example, how you smell. For example, there's melanin in your nasal system that transforms the smell into an energy signal in the brain that can recognize the smell. Same thing with hearing music. Hearing music, melanin in the ear is responsible for translating that vibration into an understanding in the brain. So essentially, the more melanin you have, the wider spectrum of the music that you hear different things, and it speaks to you in a completely different language. The bass vibrates and resonates with that lower bass frequency within human beings. So that's
okay. So do you think music has the power to heal?
Oh yeah, massively, bro. Because if you think about music, it depends on your attachment to the music. Right? People like music for attachment to different things. I can talk about from my own perspective. When I think about reggae music and what it means to me, the messages in the lyrics alone, it's almost like having like a history book in a song. You know, certain lyrics or words that are used trigger off reference points into the history of the people that I come from, in my identity, certain things that I agree with and stand up for as an order I want to keep for myself, as I referenced before. It's almost like it brings me back to a center point of who I am when I'm feeling stressed out, when I'm feeling like I need something to tune into in order to be understood. Sometimes I can just tap into that music, tap into that message, tap into that vibration and frequency, and it's almost like like resonation type therapy, resonating with that energy and that frequency just acts like a therapy to man, and you uplift man again. Do you get me? You get an energy and a strength from it, massively. And how you connect, how you connect with that music, however you do, whatever that means for you, it's the same. It's the same sort of mechanism for everyone. But what the reference point that attaches you to the music, why it triggers off a certain emotion or feeling, or affecting you, is different. But the ultimate mechanism of what it's supposed to do and what it does for everyone is the same, man. 100%. Which is why I can appreciate the love of different forms of music, classical music, rock music, whatever. I can sit down and take it in, because I'm approaching it at a level of I've removed my ego from the situation and just observing the truth for what it is. The same way I'm feeling roots music, the same way my man's feeling that rock metal there, or that classical music there. And it's the appreciation of that small bit of truth that allows you to go, I see it now, I see the oneness. It's a different expression and vibration to mine, but I see the ultimate common denominator in that. Do you get me? And that's the love. That's the knowledge of self. That's the love. Do you get me? That's the self-revelation moment where you begin to go, okay, by being in my lane doesn't mean I have to dislike or be against someone else in a different lane. It's just not my lane. Do you feel me? So yeah, man, definitely healing, and that's why it brings everyone together all the time, across racial barriers and whatever else. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, look for bro. Oh yeah, mate. Yeah.
So you've mentioned obviously that music is something that you can draw sort of power from.
Yeah.
From messages. Is there other factors or other things that you can also draw messages from?
Yeah, 100%. I think in going along the music line, and it's almost like yeah, for me it's like the roots reggae music and the dancehall music triggers off images or symbols in my mind that I use as are reference points in my psychology, for my identity and periods of enjoyment, or remembering a time of sorrow, or a time of joy. You know what I'm saying? So it's more like the music creates symbols in the subconscious mind for me to then tap into and go into the experience.
Alright, so what does music do for your mental state and emotional state?
It centers me. I have tapped into it, and I've tapped into it to a point where it's just a reminder of the legacy that I come from, the history that I come from. It gives me a sense of peace, a sense of belonging as well. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not around my culture all day, every day, 24/7. Do you know what I mean? So it's like I can take time for myself in just replenishing my energy and my spirits in my identity. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
A lot of people listen to different genres for different things, different moods, etc. So you would listen to something in the gym, but then that wouldn't be something that you would listen to in the bath. So
Yeah.
What different powers effectively does the music have in those instances? Like, why would you not listen to that gym playlist?
Do you know what? It is dependent on you. It's dependent on how you have chosen to identify with that music, like, and yeah, having that sense of accountability and responsibility, but also, I don't know, some people take it to this level of having that self-awareness of why you like a particular type of music. I talk for myself here. So yeah, I love the roots reggae music as well. I love the dancehall thing. I love the war tune. I love the gunman tune. You see me? I grew up on Sting and Clash, and you got to have competitive lyrics, that natural competition thing, and then bringing it to now, when the man them get so technical with the lyrics and how you put it together. But the deeper reason why I like that stuff, man, is because the violent tunes them and the gunman tune them have a place. Destruction is a part of the order. In order to create certain things, you got to destroy old things. You got to transmute and transform. That's the alchemical process again. So you need that warrior element, that militant element of being able to cast out things which no longer serve its purpose and which has gone out of its season. So within myself, by you listen to that music, so that I'm continually exercising and cultivating that muscle, that element, a part of myself, where when it's time to draw a sword, man, draw a sword and cut it off. You get me? And burn out certain things. But nope, lava. You get me? Burn out certain things. You know, and having the ability to chop off the head when it needs to be chopped off, because that's an element. That's an element that isn't encouraged anymore, especially in men. In having that ability, that warrior type mentality and spirit of standing up for certain things, and standing firm, putting your foot down. That's kind of been eroded now, but from the ilk that I come from, I had the certain man that raised me, you know, you're raised out to be a man, not a bully. But you must stand up for certain things and be willing to do and know what you're stepping for. Is the next thing as well, you know. The point I'm trying to make is, it's me focusing on a moment and a fragment of the energy and personality of HonouRebel. That's the rebel piece. Do you get me? Yeah, man. Active, you feel me? In the right things.
And do you think that music can affect your decision making?
Yeah. Yeah. If, as I said before, if you're not aware of the role of your subconscious mind and how symbols and repetition and trauma play a role in formulating what that subconscious mind holds on to, you can be influenced unconsciously. Music does have that power, but you're meant to have mastery of self, where you control the music, you control the muse. Let me tell you something about this spirituality thing. You don't worship nothing. The so quote unquote gods are just energy signatures, frequencies that are meant to be tapped into. They're not something that you put over yourself. They're something that are meant to work for you. You're meant to become master of self, enlightened. What do you mean? Worship what? God and I are one. Therefore, I must use these things to employ them in my service as master, because these concepts come from the human mind based on observation, and you create a concept and an image and a symbol to convey a message about the true reality, the inner reality of self, the soul.
So, what is it that you like in lyrics? What would you like to see in lyrics? In that case, what messages do you like to see?
Well, it depends on the roots thing, you know. I'll be honest with you, man. It's all rebellious thing. It's all about standing up for what you believe in. It's about upholding a certain order and harmony amongst a family, you know. How you deal with the children, how a man's supposed to treat women. I say rebellious thing. I like the love song. You got a tune for the girl and them thing there as well. Do you get me? How you treat your woman them. You must have your hype tune, and when the man them ready for step and go a war and chop down certain things, you get me? You must have the chant. You got to have the chant. You get me? So It all depends, but all the lyrics, I think on a broader spectrum, all the lyrics are in harmony with the things that I have chosen to uphold within myself, that I hold as value. That's going to be different for everybody. And if you're conscious enough, your music selection will reflect that. For me, come on, it's a strict thing that man. It's a strict thing that man's on. You know me as well. I don't really play nothing else except roots and reggae music, really and truly.
Okay, alright, so it's your birthday and
yeah, or
someone
just
that you could do like a set.
Hey, Sizzler, Dennis Brown, between Bounty and Vibes, blood, do you get me? Like, I can't, do you get me? To do a set, stage show, stage presence, yeah, them man there still. Do you get me? And also, I honourable mention Capleton stage show, Capleton stage performance is something else, man. And when it comes to sound, dub plate, you get me? Mad.